Hello and welcome to Theatre Workshop. We are here to help you while we do some lockdown for learning or stay-at-home teaching, help you parents out just a little bit. Usually Theatre Workshop is on the road, going into primary schools where we deliver, history workshops. So as we can't go into your primary school, we thought, we can come to you in your own home. So we are here to help, as I say, with some history. So far, we've done ancient Egypt and things about the Greeks. But today, it's all about British history. It's about the Tudors. I'm going to tell you little bits of fun facts and a story about the Tudors. And when I finished, it's going to be your turn. Now, the Tudors started a long time ago in 1485. Well, it sort of started a bit before that because there was a king before that called Richard III, and some thought he shouldn't be the King of England. And one of those nobles was a chap called Henry. He thought he should be the king, so he got an army, and they had many battles. A war took place between Richard III, who was from the House of Yorkshire, and, Henry from the House of Lancaster. And this war went on for 30 years until finally it all came to a big end, a big battle at the Battle of Bosworth, where Henry's army defeated Richard III's army. Now, the nickname was War of the Roses because both sides had a colour, a rose, as an emblem. Richard III was the House of York, and his colour was, any guesses? He had a white one. Henry, from the House of Lancaster, he had a colour as a rose. His was, any ideas? Red. Brilliant. And when finally Henry defeated Richard III, they brought the two roses, the colours together, and they made the Tudor rose. Now here's a funny thing. What do you think Henry's surname might be? His last name. What do you think? Tudor. Very good. And this is why this whole piece of history is called the Tudors. If he was called Henry Ramsbottom, what do you think this whole piece of history would be called? You're right. It'd be called the Ramsbottoms. But he wasn't a Ramsbottom. He was a Tudor. And the main thing about Henry VII, he loved money. He loved counting money. He loved making money. So what do you think he hated doing with money? You're right. He hated spending money. And he thought of all sorts of ways to make money. He taxed people's windows. He taxed people's lands. And here's a funny thing. If you were a nobleman and you had lots of money, which meant that you looked after your land, you looked after the people that worked for you, he would tax that as well. But if you weren't a good nobleman and you spent your money, he didn't bother. He didn't tax you. Who could figure that one out? Anyway, Henry VII kept lots and lots of money, and he knew exactly how much he had by big books, like big maths books, and he would write in the books how much he had and how much he wanted to make. But he kept another book, a book which was full of gossip. Now he would listen to the things that were being said about him around the palace, and he would write it in this book. Now, there was two courtiers. They didn't care for this book at all. They thought, we need to get rid of this book. What can we do? One of them thought, I know. The king has got a pet. Let's get his pet. I'm going to give you 3 guesses. What do you think the pet might have been? Any ideas? Tiger? Nope, it wasn't a tiger. Anything else? A dog? Nope, it wasn't a dog. And it wasn't even a pussy cat. Oh no, he had one of these. He had a monkey. He had a monkey. And the two courtiers, they got the naughty monkey, they put it in the room where the book was. What do you think that naughty monkey did to that book? Any ideas? You're right. He gets it. He opens it up. He rips out the pages. Papers was flying everywhere. And when His Majesty came back into the room, do you think he was a little bit cross? You're right. He was very cross. He couldn't catch the monkey, but he knew who had put the monkey in the room where the book was. And that was the end of those two courtiers. And the king, well, he sort of learnt his lesson. He decided he wouldn't keep the book about the gossip anymore, but he was going to carry on with the books about the money because he wanted to make lots of money. But he taxed everything he could think of. Then he thought, a really good idea. Yes, he said, yes, I have got two sons. My eldest boy Arthur, yes, he can marry somebody. Who's got lots of money? Oh, I know. Yes, indeed. Catherine of Aragon. Now, Catherine was a beautiful Spanish princess, and she lived in a place called Aragon. That's why she was called Catherine of Aragon. And he made Arthur marry Catherine of Aragon. When they married, the people in Spain gave this country lots of money, and this made Henry VII very happy. But poor Arthur, he died about a year later. So what do you think the people in Spain wanted back? Any ideas? No, they didn't want Catherine. They wanted the money back. But do you think Henry was going to give this money back? You're right. He didn't want to give the money back. And so he thought, right, I need another idea. Oh, yes, I have another son. And he is called Henry. And Henry can marry Catherine of Aragon. So that's what happened. So Henry married Catherine of Aragon. Now, the first Henry was called Henry VII. So when Henry VII died, who do you think is going to be the next King of England? Now, I'm going to stop my storytelling right now. So first of all, you've got to find out who was going to be the next King of England. And the big thing, my big activity for the day, I want you to draw me. Look, see up there? A coat of arms. I want you to take your surname. What do you think is going to be on that coat of arms? For instance, if it was Ramsbottom, what do you think might be on there? Well, you might have some heads of rams, and you might have some bottoms, maybe. I don't know. Have a go at that, or you could draw out a picture of the monkey going in the room where the diary was kept full of gossip, or you could write your own diary about the gossip. That's 3 things you can have a go for us here at Theatre Workshop. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed the storytelling about the Tudors. We're going to do another video soon, all about Henry VIII, so look out for that one. All of you, take care, and I'm sure we'll see you soon. So bye from now here at Theatre Workshop.